Have you ever gazed up at the night sky, a canvas sprinkled with countless stars, and felt a profound sense of wonder, a tingling question in the back of your mind about whether we are truly alone in this vast cosmos? It's a question that has haunted humanity for centuries, whispered in hushed tones around campfires, pondered by philosophers and scientists alike. And now, in the age of advanced technology and unprecedented exploration, this ancient query takes on a new, more urgent form. Do you believe that amidst the cosmic silence, there might be voices trying to reach us, signals traveling across unimaginable distances, carrying messages from civilizations beyond our wildest dreams? In this video, we are embarking on a journey to explore some of the most perplexing and tantalizing mysteries of the universe, focusing on the possibility that we are not just passive observers of this grand cosmic drama, but perhaps active participants in a galactic conversation, one that we are only just beginning to hear or perhaps have been hearing all along in forms we are yet to fully comprehend. We will delve into the realm of unexplained signals from space, signals that defy conventional explanations, signals that hint at the possibility of intelligence beyond Earth, and we will consider the astonishing idea that communication from the cosmos might not always arrive in the form we expect, perhaps not as clear, decipherable messages, but as whispers in the static, glitches in the machinery of our reality, or echoes of something profoundly unknown resonating within the very fabric of existence itself. Imagine for a moment that the universe is not silent but rather a vast and complex network of communication, a cosmic internet of sorts, where signals are constantly being transmitted, received, and interpreted, and what if, just what if, we have already stumbled upon fragments of this galactic dialogue without even realizing their true nature, mistaking them for background noise, anomalies, or simply unexplained phenomena? Let's begin our exploration with a phenomenon that perfectly encapsulates this very idea, a chillingly enigmatic occurrence that touches upon the very topic of our chosen theme. Channel Zero, not as a mere television channel, but as a metaphor for a cosmic frequency, a potential conduit for messages from the unknown, a concept that blends the familiar with the utterly bizarre, and challenges our very perception of reality and communication itself. Imagine turning on your television late one night, flipping through channels, seeking some solace or distraction in the flickering light of the screen, only to stumble upon a channel that broadcasts nothing but static. Not the usual fuzzy snow of a lost signal, but a dense, purposeful static, a visual and auditory texture that feels somehow intentional, pregnant with unspoken meaning. Now, amplify this sensation. Imagine that this static is not random noise, but a carrier wave, a blank canvas upon which something else is trying to paint, a hidden signal buried within the apparent chaos. This is the essence of Channel Zero, a concept that, while fictional in some contexts, resonates deeply with the real-world mysteries of unexplained signals and potential extraterrestrial communication. Consider the possibility that advanced civilizations, far beyond our own in technological prowess, might choose to communicate in ways that transcend our current understanding of language and signal transmission. Perhaps, instead of sending out easily decipherable radio waves or laser beams, they might opt for more subtle, more enigmatic methods, embedding messages within the very fabric of spacetime, or modulating background radiation in ways we are only beginning to detect. Imagine a cosmic artist, using the static of the universe as their medium, painting fleeting images and sounds onto the canvas of reality, whispers carried on the cosmic wind, intended for those who are attuned to listen, to look beyond the obvious, to decipher the hidden patterns within the apparent randomness. The idea of Channel Zero as a cosmic phenomenon challenges our anthropocentric biases, our assumption that extraterrestrial communication will necessarily resemble our own forms of messaging. We, as humans, tend to project our own limitations and expectations onto the universe, assuming that alien civilizations will communicate in ways that are readily understandable to us, using languages and technologies that are extensions of our own. But what if this is fundamentally flawed? What if the universe is teeming with communication, but it is happening on frequencies, in formats, and through channels that are completely alien to our current frame of reference? Channel Zero, in this sense, becomes a potent metaphor for the vastness of the unknown, the limitations of our perception, and the tantalizing possibility that the universe is far more communicative, far more alive with hidden signals, than we currently appreciate. It forces us to question our assumptions, to expand our horizons, and to consider that the answers we seek might not be found in the loud, obvious signals, but in the subtle whispers, the background noise, the very static of existence itself. Now, let's delve into a specific instance that mirrors this unsettling concept of hidden messages within static, a real-world event that has baffled scientists for decades and continues to fuel speculation about extraterrestrial communication: the WOW signal. In 1977, while sifting through data from the Big Ear radio telescope at Ohio State University, astronomer Jerry Emmon detected a signal so extraordinary, so anomalous, that it remains one of the most compelling, yet unexplained, events in the history of SETI, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. The signal, lasting for a mere 72 seconds, was incredibly strong, narrowband, and appeared in a frequency band that is typically considered protected, meaning it is unlikely to be contaminated by terrestrial radio interference. When Emmon saw the printout of the signal, he was so astonished that he circled it and wrote, "Wow," in the margin, hence the now iconic name. The WOW signal was 6 standard deviations above the background noise, a statistical anomaly of immense significance, and its characteristics strongly suggested an artificial extraterrestrial origin. It was detected in the hydrogen line frequency of 1420 MHz, a frequency band that is considered astronomically significant, as neutral hydrogen is the most abundant element in the universe, and it is often hypothesized that intelligent civilizations might choose this frequency to transmit interstellar messages, precisely because of its universality and low background noise. The signal's narrowband nature further strengthened the artificial origin hypothesis, as natural astrophysical phenomena tend to produce broadband signals, spread across a wider range of frequencies, while narrowband signals are typically associated with intentional, technological transmissions. Despite decades of subsequent searches, the WOW signal has never been detected again, leaving it as a tantalizing, singular event, a cosmic whisper that briefly broke through the silence and then vanished back into the static. The mystery surrounding the WOW signal is profound. Numerous attempts to explain it as terrestrial interference, natural astrophysical phenomena, or even military or spy satellites have failed to provide a satisfactory explanation. The signal's strength, narrowband nature, and frequency all point towards an artificial extraterrestrial source, yet its fleeting, one-time occurrence and lack of repetition defy conventional understanding of communication. Could the WOW signal be a genuine message from an extraterrestrial civilization? Was it a deliberate attempt to contact us, or perhaps a brief, unintentional leakage of a powerful technology? Or was it something else entirely, something we have yet to even conceive of, a cosmic phenomenon that transcends our current scientific paradigms? The WOW signal remains a powerful enigma, a persistent reminder of the vastness of the unknown and the tantalizing possibility that we might be surrounded by signals from the cosmos, signals that we are only beginning to detect and decipher, whispers in the static that could hold the key to unlocking some of the universe's deepest secrets. Building upon the enigma of the WOW signal, let's consider another fascinating avenue of investigation that hints at hidden messages and potential cosmic communication: the intriguing possibility of mathematical codes embedded within nature itself. For centuries, mathematicians and scientists have been struck by the pervasive presence of mathematical patterns in the natural world, from the spirals of galaxies and seashells to the branching of trees and the arrangement of sunflower seeds. The Fibonacci sequence, the golden ratio, prime numbers. These mathematical concepts appear with astonishing regularity in diverse natural phenomena, suggesting an underlying order and structure to the universe that transcends mere chance. Could these mathematical patterns be more than just beautiful coincidences? Could they be, in fact, a form of universal language, a fundamental code woven into the fabric of reality itself, perhaps even a deliberate signature left by a cosmic intelligence? The idea that mathematics might be a universal language for communication is not new. Carl Sagan, in his novel Contact, explored the possibility of extraterrestrial messages being embedded within mathematical sequences, and SETI researchers have long considered searching for mathematically structured signals as a potential strategy for detecting alien intelligence. But the notion that mathematics might be encoded not just in artificial signals, but in nature itself, takes this concept to a whole new level of profound mystery. Imagine that the mathematical patterns we observe in the natural world are not merely emergent properties of physical laws, but rather deliberate expressions of a cosmic intelligence, a way for the universe to communicate with itself and perhaps with us. Consider the possibility that the Fibonacci sequence, for example, is not just a mathematical curiosity, but a fundamental building block of cosmic communication, a universal hello, encoded in the spirals of galaxies and the petals of flowers, a silent message waiting to be deciphered by those who are attuned to the language of mathematics. This idea might seem fantastical, even bordering on the supernatural, but it resonates with a deep-seated human intuition that there is more to reality than meets the eye, that beneath the surface of the observable world lie hidden layers of meaning and communication, waiting to be uncovered. The mathematical beauty and order of the universe, the pervasive presence of patterns and codes in nature, might be whispering a message to us, a message encoded in the very fabric of existence, a channel zero of natural phenomena, waiting for us to learn its language and unlock its secrets. Perhaps by studying the mathematical harmonies of the cosmos, we are not just unraveling the laws of physics, but also deciphering a universal language, a cosmic code that could lead us to a deeper understanding of our place in the universe and the potential for communication with intelligences beyond our own. Now, shifting our focus slightly but staying within the realm of potential cosmic communication, let's consider the captivating and often debated topic of extraterrestrial life and the myriad ways in which such life, if it exists, might be attempting to communicate with us. The universe, as we now know, is vast beyond comprehension, containing billions of galaxies, each with billions of stars, and many of these stars are now known to host planets, potentially billions of planets within our own galaxy alone. Given these staggering numbers, the probability of life existing elsewhere in the universe, or even within our own galaxy, seems increasingly plausible, if not almost inevitable. And if life exists elsewhere, then the possibility of intelligent life and even advanced civilizations becomes a tantalizing, if still speculative, prospect. If extraterrestrial civilizations exist, and if they are technologically advanced enough to engage in interstellar communication, then how might they attempt to reach out to us? What forms might their messages take, and how might we, as a relatively young and perhaps somewhat naive civilization, recognize and decipher these signals? The traditional SETI approach, focusing on searching for narrowband radio signals, assumes that extraterrestrial civilizations will use technologies and communication methods similar to our own, and that they will deliberately target their messages towards civilizations like us, using frequencies and formats that we are likely to recognize. However, this might be a limited and anthropocentric perspective. As we discussed earlier with the concept of Channel Zero, extraterrestrial communication might be far more subtle, more enigmatic, and less directly targeted than we typically assume. Imagine a spectrum of communication methods, ranging from deliberate, targeted messages to unintentional leakage of advanced technologies, to subtle modulations of natural phenomena, to forms of communication that transcend our current understanding of physics and information transfer. Extraterrestrial civilizations might choose to communicate in ways that are energy efficient, universally accessible, or even deliberately cryptic, perhaps to test our intelligence or filter out less advanced civilizations. They might use forms of communication that are based on principles we have yet to discover, perhaps utilizing quantum entanglement, or manipulating space-time itself to transmit information across vast distances. Consider the possibility that some unexplained phenomena such as UFO sightings, crop circles, or even certain paranormal events, might be misinterpreted attempts at extraterrestrial communication, signals that are not intended to be directly decipherable messages, but rather probes, beacons, or simply side effects of technologies we are not yet equipped to understand. The search for extraterrestrial intelligence might require us to expand our horizons beyond traditional radio SETI, to consider a wider range of potential communication methods, to be open to the possibility that alien signals might be hidden in plain sight, disguised as natural phenomena, or embedded within the very fabric of reality, waiting for us to develop the perceptual tools and conceptual frameworks to recognize and decipher them. The universe might be a vast and complex network of communication, and we, as a young civilization, are only just beginning to learn how to listen, to look, and to understand the subtle whispers and hidden signals that might be all around us, carried on the cosmic wind, waiting to be heard in the static of existence. Now, as we continue to ponder the potential forms of extraterrestrial communication, let's delve into some even more speculative, yet profoundly intriguing hypotheses that suggest alien signals might be interwoven with elements we often consider supernatural or paranormal. This is where the boundary between science and speculation blurs, and we venture into the realm of fringe theories, ideas that are not yet fully accepted by mainstream science, but which nonetheless offer tantalizing glimpses into alternative possibilities and challenge our conventional worldview. Consider the concept of consciousness itself, a phenomenon that remains deeply mysterious and poorly understood by modern science. What if consciousness is not merely a product of brain activity but rather a fundamental aspect of the universe, a field or network that permeates all of reality, and that can potentially be tapped into for communication across vast distances, or even between different dimensions of existence? Some theories, often associated with parapsychology or esoteric traditions, suggest that consciousness can transcend the limitations of space-time, and that telepathic communication, remote viewing, and other psychic phenomena might be real, albeit poorly understood, manifestations of this cosmic consciousness network. Could extraterrestrial civilizations, perhaps far more advanced in their understanding of consciousness than we are, be utilizing this network for communication, sending messages not through electromagnetic waves or physical signals, but through subtle modulations of consciousness itself? Imagine alien signals that are not detected by radio telescopes or physical instruments, but rather by the human mind, by our subconscious, or by subtle shifts in our perceptions and emotions. This might sound like science fiction, but it resonates with the idea of Channel Zero, the notion that cosmic communication might be happening in ways that are fundamentally different from our current expectations. Consider also the phenomenon of synchronicities, meaningful coincidences that defy purely random explanations. Carl Jung, the renowned psychologist, proposed the concept of synchronicity to explain these seemingly acausal connections, suggesting that they might be manifestations of a deeper, underlying order in the universe, a kind of cosmic resonance that connects seemingly disparate events and experiences. Could synchronicities be, in some sense, a form of communication? Could they be subtle nudges from the universe, hints or clues embedded within the fabric of reality, guiding us towards certain paths or insights? And could extraterrestrial intelligences, if they are sufficiently advanced, be capable of orchestrating synchronicities, weaving meaningful patterns into our lives to communicate with us in a non-linear, non-verbal way? These are highly speculative ideas, and they lack the rigorous scientific evidence that mainstream science demands. However, they offer a fascinating perspective on the potential nature of cosmic communication, suggesting that alien signals might not always be loud and obvious, but rather subtle, enigmatic, and deeply interwoven with the very fabric of our reality, perhaps even manifesting through phenomena we currently label as supernatural or paranormal. Exploring these fringe theories while maintaining a healthy dose of skepticism can broaden our horizons, challenge our assumptions, and open us up to possibilities that might otherwise remain hidden, whispers in the static that could hold the key to unlocking even deeper layers of cosmic mystery. Finally, let's consider the various ways in which extraterrestrial civilizations might be trying to communicate with us, focusing on the potential motivations and strategies behind their messaging attempts, and the challenges we face in recognizing and deciphering these signals. If extraterrestrial civilizations are indeed attempting to communicate with us, what might be their reasons for doing so? Are they driven by altruism, a desire to share knowledge and culture with younger civilizations? Or are their motives more pragmatic, perhaps seeking to establish trade routes, exchange resources, or even warn us about cosmic dangers? The motivations behind extraterrestrial communication attempts are likely to be as diverse and complex as the civilizations themselves. Some might be driven by pure scientific curiosity, seeking to understand the diversity of life and intelligence in the universe. Others might be motivated by philosophical or even spiritual considerations, seeking to connect with other conscious beings and explore the nature of existence on a cosmic scale. And still others might have more self-serving motives, perhaps seeking to expand their influence, acquire new technologies, or even find refuge in the face of existential threats. The strategies they employ for communication are also likely to be varied and sophisticated. As we have discussed, they might use deliberate, targeted messages, broadcasting powerful signals towards likely star systems, using frequencies and formats that are designed to be easily recognizable. They might also employ more subtle, less energy-intensive methods, embedding messages within background radiation, modulating natural phenomena, or even utilizing forms of communication that transcend our current understanding of physics. They might choose to send out beacon signals, designed to attract attention and signal their presence. Or they might opt for more complex, multi-layered messages, containing vast amounts of information about their civilization, history, and culture. The challenges we face in recognizing and deciphering these signals are immense. The universe is vast and interstellar distances are staggering. Signals traveling across such distances are likely to be faint, distorted, and buried in background noise. We need to develop increasingly sophisticated technologies and signal processing techniques to detect and isolate potential extraterrestrial messages. Furthermore, even if we detect a signal, deciphering its content might be an even greater challenge. Alien languages and communication systems are likely to be radically different from our own, based on alien concepts, alien logic, and alien cultural contexts. We might need to develop new branches of science, new approaches to linguistics and cryptography, to even begin to understand the meaning of extraterrestrial messages. And finally, there is the question of response. If we do detect and decipher a message from an extraterrestrial civilization, how should we respond? Who should make the decision about whether and how to reply? What are the potential risks and benefits of engaging in interstellar communication? These are profound ethical, philosophical, and practical questions that we, as a civilization, need to grapple with as we continue our search for extraterrestrial intelligence. The universe may be whispering to us through static, through mathematical codes, through subtle signals and unexplained phenomena. The challenge and the profound opportunity lies in learning to listen, to decipher, and to respond, if we dare, to the cosmic call, to engage in a galactic conversation that could forever alter our understanding of ourselves and our place in the vast, mysterious, and potentially communicative universe. Perhaps the silence we perceive is not the absence of voices, but the echo of whispers we have yet to truly hear, the static of a channel we are only just beginning to tune into, a channel zero of cosmic communication waiting to be unlocked. What do you think? Have you ever felt a whisper from the universe, a sense of something more out there trying to reach us? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below, and let's continue this exploration together into the vast and enigmatic mysteries of the cosmos.